All right, ladies and gentlemen, and let's see, right in the middle. Okay, welcome to my channel. The name of this video, I'm going to call it Bitcoin Intuition. I think that's going to be kind of the name for this longer series that I'm thinking about pursuing. Um, Now, the reason why I'm calling it Bitcoin Intuition is because um, this is kind of a similar belief to what what's his name? It's escaping me right now, but I'm going to think of it later. Um, he's this old guy, and he basically has this idea that we're all connected psychically, like at a mental level, and a lot of our thoughts are interconnected in like weird and intransient ways. So I want to bring to you what my personal feelings are about Bitcoin. This is not going to be a show necessarily about the price. It's going to be, and I wouldn't even call it a show. This is just like my opinions, but exactly, they're my opinions about what I feel the price of Bitcoin is. Not even the price, just general sentiment of the crypto community. Okay, so now that I've wasted a minute and a half of your business, today's show is sponsored by Arizona Tea. It is not really sponsored by Arizona Tea, but you should definitely get some if you don't have any. I'm gonna crack this open right now, just so that I get in the mood. Okay, and let's get to it. Okay, so right now we're looking at the price of Bitcoin, and it is 10K and 300. I feel good about this price, even though it's 0.02% down. I feel good about this price. What I don't feel good about is this little sliver right here that says BCH, and it's $305, and this other little sliver, 122 and 28. Yeah, if you're in either of these, get out. If you're in this big square Ethereum, definitely get out. If you're in this moderately sized square XRP, get out. Pretty much everything that's green here, get out. This red, get in. Um, you want to kind of just stick to Bitcoin. If you're confused at all about like what to get into with regard to cryptocurrency, and you're just like kind of brand new to this, or even if you're a veteran, um, Bitcoin should definitely be in your bags. Ideally, 100%, but I get that some of you have a risk tolerance that uh, allows you to want to speculate in these other networks. Whole thing is that um, you want to go where the momentum is at. See, Bitcoin is 10 years old, and it has crazy momentum. It's going to be a while before like a lot of these, like, I call them startups, but it's going to be a while before any of these like things really take off and get to the level where Bitcoin is. Bitcoin had to like really struggle to get to where it's at. It's been through a lot. It really has been through a lot. So um, if you just want to like respect where community is at, you just put your money into Bitcoin, and you just know that there's a whole global community around you that wants this thing to like really go to the moon, and we're like unified in our and resolute in our conviction that we believe Bitcoin is going to be the next um, internet of money, and any innovations that happen on Bitcoin have a trickle down effect to these other coins. So with the rest of the time that I'm here, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's just generally, oh God, this is not rendered properly. Wonder how many of these other ones, gosh. And the other thing too is like my internet is not very stable down here. I actually preloaded all these so that we wouldn't have to wait, but it looks like we're gonna be uh, well, let's start with this one that did render. Oh, I guess none of them rendered. Okay, let's just look at that for a little bit. Well, okay. Coinbase Pro to add support for dash trading. So I read this earlier. This is good. This is okay. I think the more coins that are on Coinbase, the more people are going to be distracted and like want to get into them. So that just makes it easier for you to acquire more Bitcoin. Right now, we're at a phase where um, people kind of don't believe the price of Bitcoin is going to go up and that there's more potential in these altcoins, and that might be true temporarily. Um, and if your objective is to trade altcoins for the sole purpose of attaining more Bitcoin, you could just sidestep that whole process and just attain more Bitcoin. But anyways, yeah, it's going to go into post-only mode for a little bit, and then if they have sufficient metrics, they'll let it go and let it go wild. It's also not going to be in the UK and in New York, so um, sorry. Um, yeah, it is like 3:36 right now a.m. So um, not that I have to be quiet or anything, but you're getting me at kind of like an intimate time. Okay, Chinese authority plan crackdown on crypto mining in Inner Mongolia. So this has always kind of been a situation with the miners in China. Chinese, they're not really happy that um, they're using the natural resources to pursue um, this, and it's obvious in their quote here. The virtual currency mining industry belongs to the pseudo-financial innovation unrelated to the real economy and should not be supported. So that right there just kind of like tells you the sentiment of um, the bureaucrats and the kind of the old guard. You know, really the old guard. They see all of this as a threat when really they should be embracing it. You know, they should be like, thank God, you know, our citizens are smart enough to like, you know, do this and front run us. You know, so far it's been, you know, the community of people here on this planet front running the governments, you know, with regard to the accumulation of Bitcoin. So I don't know how much longer it's going to last. You know, eventually there will come a time when, like, and if enough of us throw our support and our money and our, you know, our will into this, I mean, this is going to get out of hand. It really will. And the government's going to try and ban it. We're already like seeing it a little bit, you know, but we're like still in this kind of incubation era, you know. People see the price of Bitcoin at 10K, and honestly, it's out of the price for like a lot of like just regular mom and pop people. Like there was an opportunity cost that just like went away, but um, now the earliest investors, you know, they're getting the benefit of believing in this technology, you know. And so right now, the earliest adopters, they might be exiting their positions or like, you know, think about leaving and leaving it up to this next crop and this new generation of people that are going to take this to 100K and beyond. To me, I think Bitcoin's going to go to 100 million. So uh, what that means is Satoshi dollar parity, and multi-trillion dollar um, market cap.
Some make it in number and just if you
Where's
want to
this sound coming from? Okay, sorry about that. IRS is blindly coming after cryptocurrency traders. So what this was saying was that they're being given the wrong form. Basically, the IRS is giving, or the exchanges are giving 1099Ks when they should be giving them 1099 fees, and the reason being that with a couple $1,000s you can make high volume trades, like you can represent like millions of dollars if you just trade in and out of Ethereum, let's say, like 10 times a day for like a month, and you rack up like $1 million worth of trades. Um, and that's like problematic because you don't have millions of dollars. Obviously, you have like a net outcome, and um, the IRS wants to tax you somehow on whatever that outcome is. So, um, yeah, I mean, I'll just, when you buy your Bitcoin, keep it off exchanges, and then when you spend your Bitcoin, just like be low key about it. I mean, not, don't do anything illegal, but yeah, when you spend your Bitcoin, just like trade it in for like gift cards or like, I don't know, and then like, to me, when you trade it in for gift cards or cash equivalent, the tax happens at the point of sale. So you're already being taxed if you just trade it for like shopping goods or something. Okay, hacker.
some make it
By the
in
way,
number.
nothing I say is financial advice. This is purely for entertainment, my intuition, what I feel. Um, don't take anything I say serious. This is not a serious show. Hacker spends 1K to win over 110K in EOS. So um, the issue with a lot of these new technologies coming out like EOS is that uh, when they're being built, they didn't have um, proper insight into like potential future contingencies. The way EOS is structured is that you can buy up RAM and CPU power, and like this guy, he spent $1,000 and was able to net 110K because he manipulated the outcome of a DApp. And I think this article goes to say that he's like going on a DApp spree. And I mean, the way that EOS is structured is like, I mean, that hacker could potentially get his coins like stolen from him, but this hacker is smarter because, or smart-ish, because they're using multiple accounts, and so it's like whatever. But I would just stay away from EOS, honestly. It's centralized in China. There's a lot of coins that are centralized in China, like Cardano, EOS, BCH, Bitcoin Cash. Okay, so
Some
last
make it
thing, and then we're gonna call it a night. Square Cash app is testing a sock trading feature. So good for Cash app. Um, I think they have a good Bitcoin service. Very 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 simple. Um, they do have KYC, but it's adequate. I don't want to say it's minimal because this could get me in trouble later on in the future. It's adequate. It's good enough. Um, I I mean, I'm not gonna buy stocks on Cash App, but for some people that might be interesting. I'm gonna kind of just stick to Bitcoin. Okay, this has been my show. I hope you got a lot of insight to it. Again, these are just my opinions, and Godspeed. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you are actually a great night, because by the time, or a great morning, how about that? Hope you're having a great morning. By the time you get this, it should be morning. Godspeed and aloha.